नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर, श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Rejuvenating text 1 of chapter 2, the activities of Maharaj Agnidhra of 5th canto, the creative impetus of Srimad Bhagavatam. In this chapter, the activities of Maharaj Agnidhra are described. When Maharaj Priyavrat went off for spiritual realization, his son Agnidhra became the ruler of Jambudvip. In accordance with Maharaj Priyavrat's instructions, and maintain its residents with the same affection a father feels for his sons. Once Maharaj Agnidhra desired to have a son, and therefore he entered a cave of Mandara mountain to practice austerity. Understanding his desire, Lord Brahma sent a celestial girl named Purvachitti to Agnidhra's hermitage. After dressing herself very attractively, she presented herself before him with various feminine movements, and Agnidhra was naturally attracted to her. The girl's actions, expressions, smiles, sweet words, and moving eyes were fascinating to him. Agnidhra was expert in flattery. Thus, he attracted the celestial girl, who was pleased to accept him as her husband. Because of his mellifluous words. She enjoyed royal happiness with Agnidhra for many years before she returned to her abode in the heavenly planets. In her womb, Agnidhra begot 9 sons: Nabhi, Kimapurusha, Harivarsha, Ilavrata, Ramyaka, Hiranmaya, Kuru, Bhadrashva, and Ketumal. He gave them 9 islands with names corresponding to theirs. Agnidhra, however, his senses unsatisfied, was always thinking of his celestial wife, and therefore in his next life he was born in her celestial planet. After the death of Agnidhra, his 9 sons married 9 daughters of Meru named Meru Devi, Pratirupa, Ugra, Damashtri, Lata, Ramya, Shama, Nari, Bhadra, and Devaviti. Text 1. Shri Shukla Uvacha Evam Pitari Samapravrutte Tadanushasane Vartaman Agnidhro Jambudvipau Kasah Praja Aurasa Vada Dharma Vekshamanaha Parya Gopayata. Shri Shukdev Goswami continued, after his father Maharaj Priyavrat departed to follow the path of spiritual life by undergoing austerities, King Agnidhra completely obeyed his order. Strictly observing the principles of religion, he gave full protection to the inhabitants of Jambudvip as if they were his own begotten sons. Following his instruction of his father, Maharaj Priyavrat, Maharaj Agnidhra ruled the inhabitants of Jambudvip according to religious principles. These principles are exactly contrary to the modern principles of faithlessness. As clearly stated here, the king ruled the citizens the way a father protects his begotten children. How he ruled the citizens is also described here. Dharma Vikshamanaha, strictly according to religious principles. It is the duty of the executive head of a state to see that the citizens strictly follow religious principles. The Vedic religious principles begin with Varnashrama Dharma, the duties of the 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. Dharma refers to principles given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The first principle of Dharma or religion is to observe the duties of the 4 orders as enjoined by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to people's qualities and activities, society should be divided into Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, and then again into Brahmacharis, Gruhasthas, Vanaprasthas, and Sannyasis. These are religious principles, and it is the duty of the head of state to see that his citizens strictly follow them. He should not merely act officially he should be like a father who is always a well-wisher of his sons. Such a father strictly observes whether his sons are performing their duties, and sometimes he also punishes them. Just contrary to the principles mentioned here, the president and chief executives in the age of Kali are simply tax collectors who do not care whether religious principles are observed. Indeed, the chief executive of the present day introduces all kinds of sinful activities, especially illicit sex, intoxication, animal killing, and gambling. These sinful activities are now very prominently manifested in India. Although 100 years ago, these four principles of sinful life were strictly prohibited in the families of India, they have now been introduced in every Indian family. Therefore, they cannot follow religious principles. In contrast to the principles of the kings of old, the modern state is only concerned with propaganda for levying taxes and is no longer responsible for the spiritual welfare of the citizens. The state is now callous to religious principles. Srimad Bhagavatam predicts that in Kali Yuga, the government will be interested with Dasyu Dharma, which means the government of rogues and thieves. Modern state includes rogues and thieves who plunder citizens instead of giving them protection. Rogues, thieves plunder citizens without regard for law. But in this age of Kali, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, the lawmakers themselves plunder the citizens. The next prediction to be fulfilled, which is already coming to pass, is that because of the sinful activities of the citizens and the government, rain will become increasingly scarce. Gradually, there will be complete drought and no production of food grains. People will reduce to eating flesh and seeds, and many good spiritually inclined people will have to forsake their homes because they will be too harassed by drought, taxation, and famine. The Krishna's consciousness movement is the only hope to save the world from such devastation. It is the most scientific and authorized movement for the actual welfare of the whole human society. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.